Westfield is the fastest growing city in the state, and now the city's downtown is catching up with that growth. How that's happening next on Mondays with the Mayor.
Mayor Andy Cook, along with Steve Latour, the CEO of the Westfield Chamber of Commerce and Downtown Westfield Association. Two big mixed-use development projects are coming to downtown. The Union Square project, which is next to Junction Plaza, and the Grand Millennium Center. What does that mean for downtown, Mayor?
Well, it means that our investment in the Grand Junction Plaza is doing exactly what it was intended to do, and that was to attract private sector investment in our downtown, and obviously that has not happened to a large scale for many, many years.
What makes downtown special?
Well, I think it is the plaza, of course, but it's where it's located. It's our natural amenities that we really want to capitalize on, such as the stream that comes through, but we also have this greenway that starts over at 31 and works its way east all the way through the plaza to the east of the plaza. And I don't know of any other downtown in this proximity that has that unique asset.
Yeah, and Steve, the elements, what do you think are working together? What elements are working together to make downtown of interest to developers?
Well, you've got longtime fans of Westfield. You've got them meeting the moment right now of a city that's growing, of a downtown that is looking for that identity. It's looking for vibrancy. When you've got 2.6 million visitors coming to Westfield via Grand Park, we want to bring them downtown and bring them in and welcome them in and have them visit our businesses and our restaurants and our shops and stores. And so right now we don't have the capacity to do that. I've been excited. Old Town, who's developing this area right over here at 32 in Union, they are already 100% leased for all of their commercial spaces. And I think that really demonstrates that there's a desire to be here. So I hope that that inspires other developers and folks to come here and want to be a part of this special moment that the city is going through.
Mayor, what role are incentives playing in attracting downtown development?
Well, we have to compete with other cities that invest a portion of the tax dollars generated by these new investments, and we invest back into it, such as the parking garage that the city will invest in that will be right here on the west side of this property. But as I said earlier, it's about new investments in downtown, and that probably hasn't happened since the late 1800s in the block that you see behind me that we're protecting as part of our historical district.
And for you, Steve, do you see the boundaries of downtown eventually expanding?
I do. I think that there's a real interest to continue to see this area grow and flourish, and I think this will be a hub for businesses and people to enjoy the trails and the park that we have here. And so I think we're going to see that boundary grow, a little bit north and a little bit south, and maybe even far as Cary Road in the future as we think about people passing through town. What infrastructure do we have? What types of businesses are supporting, the residents that are here and our guests that are visiting.
Yeah, and I might add that we're already seeing another investment on the very west edge of our downtown in the Grand Millennium Center, Steve. Demolition is occurring as we speak on the older buildings there, and there's big plans, medical facility, perhaps some office buildings, apartment buildings, and maybe even a convention center down the road here a little bit. So things are beginning to happen. Don't forget the investments that were made prior to this even becoming a reality on what has become Westfield's identity, and that's our Park Street dining and shopping district.
And it's a question for both of you, and it's my last question, but it is, how important is Grand Junction Plaza in the scheme of all this development?
Well, it is the catalyst, in a word, it is the catalyst for all this development that we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, already this year we've been able to have the State of the City luncheon there, which was a great way to welcome people into the plaza. Our farmers markets now take place there every Thursday through the summer. I think we're going to continue to see Westfield Welcome bring programming. The Downtown Association, in conjunction with the city, do that. The Chamber. It's really exciting to see people playing on the playground, folks walking through the park, the music in the park. And I just imagine that as that grows and we have more development around here, this is going to be the hub of our downtown.
And that was our whole purpose. This is the gathering place for the residents of Westfield. While we enjoy the millions of visitors that we have at Grand Park, they can also come down here and see the real local Westfield.
It's going to be fun to watch this development.
It's taken a long time, and it's going to pay off.
All right, Mayor, thank you for joining us. Steve Latour with the Chamber.
Thank you.
Thanks for
We'll
joining
see
us
you next
today.
Monday.
Absolutely.